So we know that Magic School has a lot of great tools, but it also has some really great AI chatbots. One of the new features that they're rolling out is called Magic Student. Here, you can have a dedicated COPPA-compliant chatbot that you can either build, work as a research assistant, provide writing feedback for your students, translate documents, or even chat with any historic figure or character from a book. So the idea being that students will have a safe and contained place to work with an AI. For example, a great use for this would be a tutor. Choose your grade level and then tell the AI what it is that you want to learn. So for example, I'm learning place value in math. Now that the bot is ready, it says, what do you already know about place value? How would you describe it? Okay, so I have an option where I can talk. I may have to approve use of my microphone. But once it accepts this, I can ask it lots of questions. I stop the recording, and here you can see that it heard my response, and I could submit this. I can also attach files for it to review, or I can have it read to me. So I'm going to say the place value helps me understand numbers. All right, so now we're having a conversation, and it's continually asking me. It's not giving me direct answers, but maybe if I ask it a question, let's see if I can trick it into doing my homework. What is 18 3/10 plus 9 7/10? It didn't give me the answer. It did give me some other questions I may want to ask related to that, but it's not going to go ahead and just do the problem for me. So let's see if I can prompt it to do that. I'll give it the wrong answer, and it does not correct me, it just helps me learn. It's a bit of the Socratic method here. So let's ask it directly, what is the answer? And you can see that this particular chatbot has been directed to not do student work for me. So that way it's continually asking as a tutor, helping me think of the problem in different ways. If I'm struggling to read, I also have a speak function here where I can have it read out loud to me. So we can sort of have a dialogue if that's what's needed. The research assistant is particularly impressive because if I just tell it what I'm researching, let's go with the Declaration of Independence. In a Google search, this would give me a bunch of ads and a bunch of things that I didn't need. But here you can see that these are all academic papers. So it gives me a really good foundation of places that I can go to find good information. So if I select any of these links, it takes me right to the source that I need. And of course, they are all very vetted sources and actual factual information. So let's try a different one with my research assistant. I'm going to have it do something controversial like climate change. Here you can see that it doesn't go to Reddit or social media or op-eds on climate change and whether or not it's real. It just pulls up the facts. So I have places like National Geographic Climate Change, I have NASA, and I can get all of my information right there with a click. So this is a real game changer in having students research some things. If I go back to the teacher section here on Magic School and I check out Raina. Raina is your teaching assistant chatbot, and Raina can really help you navigate through Magic School here. There are some suggestions at the bottom that I may want to start with, such as, are there any interactive practices for teaching Spanish verbs? And you can see that Raina will generate a lot of good suggestions for me right here. And I have a history off to the right, so I can always go back and pull up this information. If I ask it to do something like write me a rubric for grading a 9th grade expository essay, let's see what it comes up with. Let's give it a topic on laws. All right, so you can see that it does a pretty nice job of giving me the basic structure of a rubric, but from there, I need to go back and then, of course, edit it a little bit better. If I have questions, one of the suggestions is what specific criteria should be included in this essay, or in this rubric, excuse me. So it will work with you to get you the product that you need. So it's very much like having a teaching assistant right at your fingertips. If we go to the custom chatbots, here I have an opportunity to create my own chatbot and have it specifically do the things that I want it to do. So when I fill in this field, let's give it a directive. So you are a science tutor for a 3rd grade classroom. And then we want to fill in as much detail as possible. So specifically, what is its purpose? I'm going to ask it to help students to understand what they're learning by providing real-world examples. So again, one of the difficulties that we have with students is, why do I need to learn this? Why is it important to me? So chatbots can help you to come up with those ideas and really connect the dots for your students. And I'm going to ask it again to never give specific answers to questions, but rather to encourage students to think through the problem. I may want to give it some other specifics, so I can define specific vocabulary if the students are asking for it. So again, that's something I really want students to know. So if they can use the right words and they just want to check to see if they have the correct definition, I'm going to give it permission to do that. Okay, so now it's open. And again, it's already giving me suggestions. What's a fun science experiment for third graders? Any online resources or interactive activities? So I'm going to ask it, how do trees make syrup? When I send it, you can see right here, here are the step-by-step details and reasoning behind why things happen: sugar concentration, sap collection. So what would my next step be? Of course, as a curious person, maybe as a teacher, I'm still trying to learn this particular topic in depth. So can you give me resources to help me understand this? And bam, now I have resources, both interactive websites, printable worksheets. I have video resources, anything I want right here at my fingertips. And again, these are good vetted resources to help me.